And Prabhas, I'm very sorry, all his fans.
Sir, the first time when we had a fight, you caught me here, and I thought like
In the movie.
in the movie, in the movie. So I thought like Amitabh sir, I need to be careful and all. He caught me so hard, and I thought, this man is not whatever he's saying. He's some 25, 26. And I told him, he's so strong.
No, but a lot of things we did, we never ever expected we could manage this. And that is what is so intriguing with it.
I think also the sets, I think for the audience to know that we eventually, if I may say,
Built a city.
built
Cities,
land
worlds,
and
yeah.
built a city. And I think the fact that Nagi today has a vision where once the movie releases, I think fans of the movie can actually go and
And the
visit
vision
the
is
set.
unique because the way they places the camera
Correct.
is not like we are used to.
Yeah.
He comes quite close to look at you.
Too soft.
And that's what you enjoy because
Yeah.
how do you act for camera is here?
Yeah.
So how do
In
you
our time, it used to be a challenge, Kamal.
Yeah.
And I still remember that one of the challenges for an artist used to be to give a close-up with a 75 lens on a Mitchell camera, which was huge. And this huge monster used to come and stand here with a lens, and you have to do a close-up.
And it's a rack shift camera.
Yeah.
You can
So
do
even
it.
the cameraman is not actually looking at the image, but is looking at parallax.
Parallax,
And
yes.
they didn't have monitors.
No,
Nothing,
no monitor.
nothing.
Oh.
And
So we're
the,
not used to, not seeing the director standing next to us on the set. We're always used to see where the camera is, the director, then he's guiding us.
Yeah.
We're not used to that. You just hear a voice somewhere, 2 miles away,
My
maybe shouting or whatever it is. But really, Deepika, you've
And-
done so many films, and I will say that you are a modern age artist. So
no, not only that, in the West. it has been
exactly,
there.
yeah. So,
So I think
How do you
nothing
think
biggest
else is
international
surprising
ads ever
like it does.
anyone ever did. Louis
but it must
Vuitton.
have been
Keep quiet.
it must have been a hell of an experience for you.
No, I think what I was processing as I heard the two of you speak is in terms of where we were, filmmaking and technology,
Yeah.
to now for all of us to be a part of a movie where I think every kind of technology that is available in the world today is probably at our disposal through this movie. And the fact that we have a director who's used it so intelligently, and also to find that balance, because also with AI and things like that, I think you can also lose the soul of performances, but I think to be able to find that balance between technology that's available to you but to also keep the performances real, I think is what makes this movie and this experience very special.
Yeah. Some of the visuals of the
What is
sets,
it?
we were either against a green screen or just close up, we never know. But
Yeah.
quite honestly, for the first time, I've seen
The visuals.
the surroundings,
Correct.
and it's just unbelievable. And my God, I always wonder how Nagi had this vision.
That's what I was saying. It was all in his mind.
No, and even for us who like breathe in, breathe out with him every day, we'll be like sometimes, what are we shooting? Which scene are we shooting? What are we
what
doing?
we've created is only like the 30% of the set. Like for example, where you guys
Yeah.
were fighting, it's just the bridge where we shot for
Correct,
a long
but now you
time.
see
but
the
now
whole
there's a
world
whole
done.
city there.
When we
So,
watched the
yeah.
world, we started watching some of the CG shots and fully built sets, we're like, wow, this is what this man had in his head, fully there. Like he knew what he was doing.
I think she knew what he was doing.
No,
What
I
did
would
your
just peep
husband
into
tell
the edit
first?
room, I'm like,
The first sentence, what did he say
just-
about the film? The first, when he's like, he should tell you first.
No, Nagi's the biggest expression would be like,
No,
it's
the
good.
first time when he told about the story or the movie, what he want to make.
He
told you first, I think, as I remember.
Yeah, so basically
he
he
said,
just
like,
said like, I have
this
this
is the
story,
time.
one word, he just said like, there's a small story that I really like,
Small.
but there's another one, but there's another one, which is like a really like something that I would do at another stage. But if I don't do this now,
then I might not
then
be
I
able
might
to
not
do
be
it
able
again.
to do it again.
And then he
Yeah,
for some
so-
reason
so I
went
said
on
that, yeah.
saying in his own words, I'd say, that this is something India deserves now. We will have to tell this sort of storytelling in India. We have to have our own, stories like this.
Yeah.
So this has been there with him for the longest time. And apparently he wanted to do it with Prabhas like ages back. I said like, I don't even know how.
First film you want to do with me,
apparently
told me.
with this film, and then
No, the fact that we are able to mix mythology with something futuristic
Correct.
is so unique
Yeah, it's unique, sir.
and very intelligent.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
intelligent. Most of India, all of India recognizes our mythology and our history and our culture and whatever our traditions.
And what could go wrong?
And what could go wrong? Yes. But to be able to bring that and make it sound real, I mean, we'll be disclosing a lot of the story if we do that, but the fact is that by the end of the film, you will actually believe what you saw. And that is the vision that, will make the success of the director, of the production and the film also. But Prabhas, you worked in similar subjects earlier also.
This is like this.
Bahubali, for example, was,
Yeah, periodic.
was a little periodic.
This
but
is future.
Here there is period and the future mixed together.
Yeah,
It's just, it must have been a
And my
experience.
character is like, it has a lot of, it has grey, superhero, funny. So I
Also, the
think
first time you have humor. One of the
humor I
first few
did for
times.
like, before Bahubali I did, but for other than Telugu, I think this first time they're watching me in humor. Funny character with superhero, with grey shade. So I think the way he wrote, I think this is the best character ever in my life. The way he wrote it.
And also I have to say that, one of the most difficult casting ever was Kamal sir.
Kamal sir, yeah,
Was
he was so
Yaskin.
worried
For
about
We were
months.
like,
We were
we were
like-
shooting, but then like Yaskin, when is Yaskin coming? The whole film is Yaskin, but where is Yaskin? And how would you cast this person who's equivalent to, or like, mightier than these two superheroes? And then who is it? And then we could only think, we were like, we were
behind for
1 year, sir, easily 1
1 year,
year.
easily
Easily 1
behind.
year.
And I was telling, why will he do it? Don't torture me. Just leave.
It's not a question of torture because I self-doubt becomes, you've done this, he has done
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
he has done this, what am I going to do? That was the
That
reason
Nagi
why I
also like-
realized. And it's not that I've played bad guys before, even as a lead bad guy, psychopaths and all that, but this is something else.
Else.
Yeah. First time, we are lucky to have Kamal sir.
The detailing of the equipments that are going to be there, like the bus, for example. And the car,
We had
Buji,
a
for
auto.
example. And I didn't know that Buji was made in India.
It is fully
Made by
only
Mahindra
made
and one
in
of the
India.
Mahindra.
It was made by Mahindra and J Motors, and
Yeah.
also a lot of young Indian engineers. A lot
It's
of
just
young,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Many a times I used to ask Nagi when I went on the set and said, okay, how did you think of this? So he said, there are companies that, that have think tanks, and we gave them the idea and they come up with projections and then we approve something.
Even for a storyboard, you came up with a new guy. I suggested somebody.
Correct, sir.
We even tried that.
Correct, sir, yes.
It's not that they have a team and
Yeah.
they'll never try anything new. Because we tried, we didn't like it.
Yeah.
We,
Yes.
we came
yes.
back.
For your
So
look.
there
yeah.
was still experimentation.
Yes. Yes.
Even my look, I don't know, it must have changed about 5 times at least.
Yeah.
Costume,
Agreed,
look,
yeah.
everything.
No, and also Nagi is very fortunate to be working with you two, especially at your stature. You're willing to experiment with him. You're willing to explore things with him. So in one of the interviews which we just did, they said, was it a big pressure? Shooting with Bachchan sir and Kamal sir. He said, initially, I was like, I found it very funny and silly that I would actually direct both of them. then, it felt so easy because they both said, don't make me an Amitabh Bachchan, don't make me a Kamal Hassan. Do something else with us. He had the same notion with both of you all, and you know, he enjoys working with you both so much. Absolute no pressure. I'm like, you are directing them, and he has no pressure on his face. So I think it's
He
a great
was like-
synergy.
I don't know about him, but it's terrible to be able to even think like this. You know, I don't want to play myself. Well, what is myself? I'm not me. I mean, with all due respects, we're all fakes in front of the camera anyway. We're playing fake characters. And, the writer is a true genius. He dreams, he thinks. But all of us are fake. So, what is it about me? It's nothing. It's just something that you've seen in a visual in a film. It's not that this is how we are.
But Amitji, that's a gyan you get after 20-25 years. It never comes.
And Deepika, first time you're doing a Telugu film, it's like completely different from the Bollywood, or little different, or very, very different.
No, I mean, I
And
think
Nagi is very different for us also, because in the first story when he told me, it was, I could hear only 20%. Other part I asked my friends, like, what did he say? I didn't understand. So he's like, should have been tough for you from Bollywood to this.
no, I mean, I think that world of the movie, which I think is new, even for the audience, it's new. But I think as actors, you're not really thinking. I think when you emote, the language I think comes secondary. It's
No, the language is a
emotion
problem.
is what, and I think
Yeah.
that's the language of cinema, right? It's transcends borders. So you can act in English, you can act in Telugu, you can act in Hindi, but I think as long as the emotion, you can just say so much with your eyes without saying anything at all and be able to convey that emotion.
And you can show the best
The
with
words
your eyes.
are more like a crutch, I feel. So no, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm now working in Telugu cinema, or it didn't feel overwhelming in that sense. Because what you're investing in as an actor is the emotional journey of the character.